Learning starts in 3 seconds. Accountability.
accountability,
책임, 의무,
responsibility, liability, answerability,
Lack of accountability has corroded public respect for business and political leaders. Adverse.
adverse,
부정적인, 불리한,
unfavorable, disadvantageous, inauspicious, unpropitious,
Taxes are having an adverse effect on production. Apology.
apology,
사과,
expression of regret, one's regrets,
We owe you an apology. Attain.
attain,
많은 노력 끝에, 이루다,
achieve, accomplish, reach, arrive at, come by, obtain,
Clarify your objectives and ways of attaining them. Boast.
boast,
뽐내다, 자랑하다,
brag, crow, swagger, swank, gloat, show off, blow one's own trumpet,
She boasted about her many conquests. Booklet.
booklet,
작은 책자, 소책자,
pamphlet, brochure, leaflet, handout, handbill,
Like all previous years, students will sit their exams by writing answers into A4-sized paper booklets. Bronze.
bronze,
청동,
copper,
The Minoans made large numbers of statuettes in ivory and bronze. Brow.
brow,
이마,
forehead, temple,
He wiped his brow. Calcium.
calcium,
칼슘,
alkaline earth metals,
If blue hydrangeas are wanted, avoid using fertilizers that are high in calcium. Chemist.
chemist,
약국,
analyst, examiner,
Antihistamine tablets are freely available in chemists. Chop.
chop,
음식 재료를, 썰다, 장작을, 패다,
cut up, cut into pieces, chop up,
They chopped up the pulpit for firewood. Cognitive.
cognitive,
인식 인지,
mental, emotional, intellectual, inner, non-physical,
The cognitive processes involved in reading. Comparatively.
comparatively,
비교적,
analogously,
Inflation was comparatively low. Complication.
complication,
상황을 더 복잡하게 만드는, 문제,
difficulty, problem, issue, obstacle, hurdle,
There is a complication concerning ownership of the site. Confer.
confer,
수여하다, 주다, 상의하다,
bestow on, present with, grant to, award to,
The minister may have exceeded the powers conferred on him by Parliament. Congregation.
congregation,
신자 신도들,
parishioners, parish, churchgoers, flock, fold,
The singing of psalms by the whole congregation. Cooperation.
cooperation,
협력, 합동, 협동,
collaboration, working together, joint action, combined effort,
They worked in close cooperation with the British Tourist Authority. Cop.
cop,
경찰관,
policeman, policewoman, officer of the law,
A cop in a patrol car gave chase. Corn.
corn,
곡식,
grain, cereal, cereal crop,
Fields of corn. Curiosity.
curiosity,
호기심,
inquisitiveness, interest, spirit of enquiry,
Filled with curiosity, she peered through the window.
Accountability. Responsibility, liability, answerability. Adverse. Unfavorable, disadvantageous, inauspicious, unpropitious. Apology. Expression of regret, one's regrets. Attain. Achieve, accomplish, reach, arrive at, come by, obtain. Boast. Brag, crow, swagger, swank, gloat, show off, blow one's own trumpet. Booklet. Pamphlet, brochure, leaflet, handout, handbill. Bronze. Copper. Brow. Forehead, temple. Calcium. Alkaline earth metals. Chemist. Analyst, examiner. Chop. Cut up, cut into pieces, chop up. Cognitive. Mental, emotional, intellectual, inner, non-physical. Comparatively. Analogously. Complication. Difficulty, problem, issue, obstacle, hurdle. Confer. Bestow on, present to, present with, grant to, award to. Congregation. Parishioners, parish, churchgoers, flock, fold. Cooperation. Collaboration, working together, joint action, combined effort. Cop. Policeman, policewoman, officer of the law. Corn. Grain, cereal, cereal crop. Curiosity. Inquisitiveness, interest, spirit of enquiry. Accountability. Adverse. Apology. Attain. Boast. Booklet. Bronze. Brow. Calcium. Chemist. Chop. Cognitive. Comparatively. Complication. Confer. Congregation. Cooperation. Cop. Corn. Curiosity.
Cylinder.
Cylinder.
원통, 원기둥.
Tube, conduit, hose, main, duct.
Joining the top and bottom of this rectangle produces a cylinder. Debtor.
Debtor.
채무자.
Borrower, mortgagor.
Generally, debtors must negotiate with each creditor separately. Diameter.
Diameter.
지름.
Width.
One day at school we were told that if AB is a diameter of a circle, and C is any point on the circumference, then the angle ACB is a right angle. Dictate.
Dictate.
받아쓰게 하다. 구술하다.
Say aloud, utter, speak, read out, read aloud, recite.
I have 4 letters to dictate. Dip.
Dip.
살짝 담그다 적시다.
Immerse, submerge, plunge, duck, dunk, lower, sink.
He dipped a brush in the paint. Dislike.
Dislike.
싫어하다.
Hate, detest, loathe, abominate, abhor, despise.
She disliked any kind of unnecessary rudeness. Dive.
Dive.
다이빙하다.
Plunge, plummet, nosedive, descend, jump.
She walked to the deep end, then she dived in. Documentation.
Documentation.
서류.
Official paper, legal paper, paper, form, certificate.
You will have to complete the relevant documentation. embody,
embody,
상징 구현하다.
personify, incorporate, give human form to,
a national team that embodies competitive spirit and skill. Enzyme,
enzyme,
효소,
impetus, catalyst,
this is probably due to the presence of other enzymes besides the protease. Exile,
exile,
망명, 추방, 유배,
banishment, expulsion, expatriation, deportation, eviction,
he knew now that he would die in exile. Fame,
fame,
명성,
renown, celebrity, stardom, popularity, notability,
winning the Olympic title has brought her fame and fortune. Fertility,
fertility,
비옥함, 생식력,
fecundity, fruitfulness, productiveness, prolificacy,
improve the soil fertility by adding compost. Fond,
fond,
애정을 느끼는 좋아하는,
keen on, partial to, addicted to, enthusiastic about,
I'm very fond of Mel. Fusion,
fusion,
융합, 결합,
blend, blending, combination, amalgamation, joining,
the election results produced pressure for fusion of the parties. Gothic,
Gothic,
고트족의,
Gothic,
the Germans consolidated in the Po Valley, along the so-called Gothic Line, and fought a hard battle through the autumn and winter months. Gravel,
gravel,
자갈,
shingle, grit, pebbles, stones,
loose gravel crunched under the rigid bases of her knee-high black boots. Gravity,
gravity,
중력,
attraction, attracting force, downward force,
the ball will fall to the floor due to the force of gravity pulling it down. Guerrilla,
guerrilla,
게릴라,
freedom fighter, underground fighter, irregular soldier,
this town fell to the guerrillas. Headmaster,
headmaster,
교장,
leader, chief, boss, controller, master, supervisor, governor.
and like at school, the headmaster and his associates want to make sure everyone is on best behavior.
Cylinder, tube, conduit, hose, main, duct. Debtor, borrower, mortgagor. Diameter, width. Dictate, say aloud, utter, speak, read out, read aloud, recite. Dip, immerse, submerge, plunge, duck, dunk, lower, sink. Dislike, hate, detest, loathe, abominate, abhor, despise. Dive, plunge, plummet, nosedive, descend, jump. Documentation, official paper, legal paper, paper, form, certificate. Embody, personify, incorporate, give human form to. Enzyme, impetus, catalyst. Exile, banishment, expulsion, expatriation, deportation, eviction. Fame, renown, celebrity, stardom, popularity, notability. Fertility, fecundity, fruitfulness, productiveness, prolificacy. Fond, keen on, partial to, addicted to, enthusiastic about. Fusion, blend, blending, combination, amalgamation, joining. Gothic, Gothic. Gravel, shingle, grit, pebbles, stones. gravity. Attraction, attracting force, downward force. Guerrilla. Freedom fighter, underground fighter, irregular soldier. Headmaster. Leader, chief, boss, controller, master, supervisor, governor. Cylinder. Debtor. Diameter. Dictate. Dip. Dislike. Dive. Documentation. Embody. Enzyme. Exile. Fame. Fertility. Fond. Fusion. Gothic. Gravel. Gravity. Gorilla. Headmaster.
Heal.
Heal.
치유되다, 낫다.
Make better, make well, cure, treat successfully.
His concern is to heal sick people. Hydrogen.
Hydrogen.
수소,
Atmosphere.
Chemically, oil is made up of chains of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen called fatty acid. Inclusion.
Inclusion.
포함,
Incorporation, addition, insertion, introduction.
They have been selected for inclusion in the scheme. Incredible.
Incredible.
믿을 수 없는,
Unbelievable, beyond belief, hard to believe, scarcely credible.
An almost incredible tale of triumph and tragedy. Inheritance.
Inheritance.
유산, 상속,
Legacy, bequest, endowment, birthright, estate.
He came into a comfortable inheritance. Inhibit.
Inhibit.
억제 저해하다,
Impede, hinder, hamper, hold back, discourage, interfere with.
Cold inhibits plant growth. Jewelry.
Jewelry.
보석류, 장신구,
Jewels, gems, gemstones, precious stones.
She had silver hair and chunky gold jewelry. Laser.
Laser.
레이저,
Ray.
A few were beaming their lasers at him, changing him until he could no longer walk or move. Layout.
Layout.
레이아웃 배치,
Structure, arrangement, construction, framework.
The road layout. Legacy.
Legacy.
유산,
Bequest, inheritance, heritage, bequeathal, bestowal.
My grandmother died and unexpectedly left me a small legacy. Lengthy.
Lengthy.
너무 긴, 지루한,
Long, very long, of considerable length, long-lasting.
Lengthy delays. Likelihood.
Likelihood.
어떤 일이 있을, 공산 가능성,
Probability, chance, prospect, possibility, likeliness.
Young people who can see no likelihood of finding employment. Loop.
Loop.
고리,
Bend, curve, kink, arc.
Make a loop in the twine. Mammal.
Mammal.
포유동물,
Vertebrate, creature.
The domes will contain different freshwater environments containing fish and aquatic mammals. Marker.
Marker.
표시 표지, 물,
Notice, signpost, signboard, warning sign.
They erected a granite marker at the crash site. Metaphor.
Metaphor.
은유, 비유,
Figure of speech, figurative expression, image, trope.
When we speak of gene maps and gene mapping, we use a cartographic metaphor. Miserable.
Miserable.
비참한,
unhappy, sad, sorrowful, dejected, depressed, downcast.
Their happiness made and feel even more miserable. Mobile.
Mobile.
이동하는, 이동시개,
Able to move around, moving, walking.
He has a weight problem and is not very mobile. Narrative.
Narrative.
묘사,
Account, story, tale, chronicle, history, description.
A gripping narrative. Neighboring.
Neighboring.
이웃한, 옆에 있는,
Nearby.
Neighboring countries.
Heal. Make better, make well, cure, treat successfully. Hydrogen. Atmosphere. Inclusion. Incorporation, addition, insertion, introduction. Incredible. Unbelievable, beyond belief, hard to believe, scarcely credible. Inheritance. Legacy, bequest, endowment, birthright, estate. Inhibit. Impede, hinder, hamper, hold back, discourage, interfere with. Jewelry. Jewels, gems, gemstones, precious stones. Laser. Ray. Layout. Structure, arrangement, construction, framework. Legacy. Bequest, inheritance, heritage, bequeathal, bestowal. Lengthy. Long, very long, of considerable length, long-lasting. Likelihood. Probability, chance, prospect, possibility, likeliness. Loop. Bend, curve, kink, arc. Mammal. Vertebrate, creature. Marker. Notice, signpost, signboard, warning sign. Metaphor. Figure of speech, figurative expression, image, trope. Miserable. Unhappy, sad, sorrowful, dejected, depressed, downcast. Mobile. Able to move around, moving, walking. Narrative. Account, story, tale, chronicle, history, description. Neighboring. Nearby. Heal. Hydrogen. Inclusion. Incredible. Inheritance. Inhibit. Jewelry. Laser. Layout. Legacy. Lengthy. Likelihood. Loop. Mammal. Marker. Metaphor. Miserable. Mobile. Narrative. Neighboring.
Old-fashioned.
Old-fashioned.
옛날 시계, 구시계,
Antique, outdated, outmoded.
An old-fashioned kitchen range. Onion.
Onion.
양파,
Facts, information, data, subject, discipline.
Cook the onion in the oil until lightly colored. Orientation.
Orientation.
목표하는, 방향, 지향,
Direction.
Studies of locational awareness and orientation in young children. Outbreak.
Outbreak.
전쟁, 사고, 질병 등의 발생,
Eruption, flare-up, upsurge, outburst, epidemic, breakout.
The outbreak of World War II. Planner.
Planner.
도시 계획 설계자,
Conspirator, co-conspirator, schemer, intriguer.
Economic planners. Polite.
polite.
예의 바른, 공손한.
Well-mannered, civil, courteous, respectful, deferential.
They thought she was wrong but were too polite to say so. Portray.
Portray.
그리다 묘사하다.
Paint, draw a picture of, paint a picture of.
The ineffectual Oxbridge Dons portrayed by Evelyn Waugh. Premier.
Premier.
최고의, 제일의.
Leading, foremost, chief, principal, head, top ranking.
Germany's premier rock band. Prescribe.
Prescribe.
처방하다, 처방전을 쓰다.
Order, advise, authorize, direct.
Her doctor prescribed sleeping tablets. Printing.
Printing.
인쇄, 인쇄술.
Typography, presswork.
The invention of printing. Privately.
Privately.
남몰래, 은밀히, 개인으로서.
In private, with no one else present, behind closed doors.
I must insist we speak privately. Probable.
Probable.
어떤 일이, 있을 것 같은, 개연성 있는.
Likely, most likely, odds on, expected, to be expected.
It is probable that the economic situation will deteriorate further. Rage.
Rage.
격렬한 분노, 경노.
Temper, fit of anger, fit of fury, fit of rage.
Her face was distorted with rage. Redundant.
Redundant.
남아도는, 과도한, 불필요한.
Unnecessary, not required, inessential, unessential.
An appropriate use for a redundant church. Regain.
Regain.
능력을, 되찾다 회복하다.
Recover, get back, win back, recoup, retrieve.
He soon regained his composure. Regulatory.
Regulatory.
규제 단속력을 지닌.
Managerial, management, directorial, directing.
The existing legal and regulatory framework. RIP.
Rip.
찢다 찢어지다.
Tear, snatch, jerk, tug, wrench, wrest, prize.
A fan tried to rip his trousers off during a show. Selected.
Selected.
선택된, 선발된.
Choose, pick, hand pick, single out, pick out.
Children must select their GCSE subjects. Silently.
Silently.
아무 말 없이, 잠자코.
Calmly, quietly.
She sobbed silently in the corner. Sovereignty.
Sovereignty.
통치권, 자주권.
Jurisdiction, supremacy, dominion, power.
The sovereignty of Parliament.
Old-fashioned. Antique, outdated, outmoded. Onion. Facts, information, data, subject, discipline. Orientation. Direction. Outbreak. Eruption, flare-up, upsurge, outburst, epidemic, breakout. Planner. Conspirator, co-conspirator, schemer, intriguer. Polite. Well-mannered, civil, courteous, respectful, deferential. Portray. Paint, draw a picture of, paint a picture of. Premier. Leading, foremost, chief, principal, head, top ranking. Prescribe. Order, advise, authorize, direct. Printing. Typography, presswork. Privately. In private, with no one else present, behind closed doors. Probable. Likely, most likely, odds on, expected, to be expected. Rage. Temper, fit of anger, fit of fury, fit of rage. Redundant. Unnecessary, not required, inessential, unessential. Regain. Recover, get back, win back, recoup, retrieve. Regulatory. Managerial, management, directorial, directing. Rip. Tear, snatch, jerk, tug, wrench, wrest, prize. Selected. Choose, pick, hand pick, single out, pick out. Silently. Calmly, quietly. Sovereignty. Jurisdiction, supremacy, dominion, power. Old-fashioned. Onion. Orientation. Outbreak. Planner. Polite. Portray. Premier. Prescribe. Printing. Privately. Probable. Rage. Redundant. Regain. Regulatory. Rip. Selected. Silently. Sovereignty.
Specialise.
Specialize.
전공하다.
Specialize.
He could specialize in tropical medicine. Spectacle.
Spectacle.
장관. 굉장히 인상적인. 광경.
Display, show, performance, presentation.
The acrobatic feats make a good spectacle. Sponsorship.
Sponsorship.
후원 협찬.
Backing, support, patronage, funding.
The company's sponsorship of the tournament. Steer.
Steer.
조종하다 몰다.
Guide, direct, maneuver.
He steered the boat slowly towards the busy quay. Sunshine.
Sunshine.
햇빛. 햇살.
Sunlight, sun, sun's rays, sunbeams, daylight.
We walked in the warm sunshine. Synthesis.
Synthesis.
종합. 통합.
Combination, union, amalgam, blend, mixture, compound.
The synthesis of intellect and emotion in his work. Terrify.
Terrify.
무섭게 겁먹게 하다.
Petrify, scare stiff, frighten someone out of their wits.
The thought terrifies me. Testament.
Testament.
증거.
Last will and testament, last wishes.
Father's will and testament. Thread.
Thread.
실.
Cord, fiber, filament.
He had a loose thread on his shirt. Timing.
Timing.
시기 선택. 시기 시간.
Choice, judgment.
One of the secrets of cricket is good timing. Toss.
Toss.
던지다.
Throw, hurl, cast, fling, sling, pitch, shy, lob.
Susie tossed her bag onto the sofa. Toxic.
Toxic.
유독성의.
Poisonous, venomous, virulent, noxious, dangerous.
The dumping of toxic waste. Tragic.
Tragic.
비극적인.
Disastrous, calamitous, catastrophic, cataclysmic.
The shooting was a tragic accident. Trigger.
Trigger.
방아쇠.
Generator.
He pulled the trigger of the shotgun. Up to date.
up to date,
최신의, 최신식의, 최근의,
modern, contemporary, the latest, up to the minute,
A modern, up-to-date hospital. Usage.
usage,
단어의, 용법 어법,
utilization, use, employment, consumption,
A survey of water usage. We.
아주 작은, 적은, 쉬, 오줌 누기,
little, small, tiny, minute, miniature, small scale,
When I was just a wee bairn. Willingness.
willingness,
기꺼이 하는 마음,
readiness, preparedness, disposition, inclination,
The ability and willingness of workers to migrate. Winning.
winning,
이긴, 우승한,
victorious, successful, triumphant, vanquishing,
A winning streak.
specialize, specialize, spectacle, display, show, performance, presentation, sponsorship, backing, support, patronage, funding, steer, guide, direct, maneuver, sunshine, sunlight, sun, sun's rays, sunbeams, daylight, synthesis, combination, union, amalgam, blend, mixture, compound, terrify, petrify, scare stiff, frighten someone out of their wits, testament, last will and testament, last wishes, thread, cord, fiber, filament, timing, choice, judgment, toss, throw, hurl, cast, fling, sling, pitch, shy, lob, toxic, poisonous, venomous, virulent, noxious, dangerous, tragic, disastrous, calamitous, catastrophic, cataclysmic, trigger, generator, up to date, modern, contemporary, the latest, up to the minute, usage, utilization, use, employment, consumption, we, little, small, tiny, minute, miniature, small scale, willingness, readiness, preparedness, disposition, inclination, winning, victorious, successful, triumphant, vanquishing, specialize, spectacle, sponsorship, steer, sunshine, synthesis, terrify, testament, thread, timing, toss, toxic, tragic, trigger, up to date, usage, we, willingness, winning.
Thank you for watching.